Good evening. My name is Ms. Lamar Gray, and I will be doing an interview today with a client who is on a fixed income, who does have a terminally ill disease, and who does not receive any financial assistance. This gentleman will be coming in to meet with me. He has two children and does not have any past interaction with other social service facilities. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Gray. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. My name is Ms. Gray, and I welcome you to ABC Client Services today. We are here to specialize in client needs for our community to make sure that we're providing you with all necessary resources. What brings you in today? Please tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have two kids. One graduated from college, and one is a rising junior. I've been sick for about a year. Diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and just looking for a little assistance.
What type of assistance are you looking for?
Well, basically anything financially that could help me. Sometimes it's hard, making the payments for housing and making sure that my daughter has everything that she needs to go back to school, and just being head of household and being a single parent.
Yes, I definitely empathize with you. It can be overwhelming sometimes, as I have spoken with other previous clients who are head of households and on a fixed income. Definitely with the economy today, that can be hard. So I'm definitely here for you to see if there is anything that our services can offer you, okay? I'm going to have you fill out a questionnaire here, and it is here for you. If you will just fill that out, letting me know a little bit about your background and the services that we can possibly render to you.
So, what services does your agency provide?
Well, our agency definitely outsources a lot of services. We have spearheaded a program within our ABC program that will help single parents to kind of gain more financial freedom, especially for your child. Is it a boy or girl who's in high school right now?
I have a daughter.
A daughter, awesome.
Rising junior.
She's a rising junior. Yes, we have services that will help her with getting assistance for school with a lot of school supplies. And also we want to make sure that she is on the food program, which offers a minimum to no cost food discount for her to have breakfast and lunch.
And are we talking about at school? Because she's out, she gets that. What about at home? That's my main concern.
Yes, absolutely. Especially with her, it's summertime now, so being at home for the summer, we do have programs as well that we can speak to you about and also speak to your children about that can help them, where we do provide transportation to different educational facilities that provide her breakfast and lunch there. And we also have a program that will help your other child that has already graduated to have assistance with food needs as well. So we do have a lot of programs here. I still want to definitely build your profile. I did a little research. I see that you haven't really reached out to any other client service program in the past. And I want to really build your profile, really get to know you. That questionnaire is going to help. And then we want to make sure that we know more about you in detail, okay? So how long have you been living in this city?
About 12 years. I moved here with one of my cousins. I was going through a rough time up in Atlanta. Yeah, it's been about 12 years.
12 years.
And I lived with them about 2 years, and then I got my own apartment because I'm self-sufficient. I haven't really depended on other agencies or no government assistance this far. But right now, with my diagnosis and my
Yes.
illness.
You definitely have my sympathy with that diagnosis and illness. When was the last time that you worked or you were employed?
Well, I worked up until I found out the news. I was a lead on janitorial services. I ran my own business, but ever since I've been going through these treatments, I just haven't had the time. Which brings back another very important question: is how much is this going to cost me for these services?
Yes, sir. Definitely. Once again, we want to make these services definitely minimum to none for you at a cost, and our program does not cost anything. We're definitely a nonprofit organization to you. But if there are any other resources, like we were talking about your daughter being able to have the option to go to a camp or educational facility and get lunch, breakfast and lunch, at that time, if she wants extra snacks or if she wants anything else that's not provided, then, the parents usually do provide the children with a stipend. But what we have to do between you and I is we have to agree on a program that's going to work between each other. Not just the program, but we're going to have to agree on an action plan that you and I both agree on. Now, I've had many clients and we have very high success rates in different aspects of many clients' lives. But when we agree on that program, I'm going to work with the different resources and agencies that I will help you to gain access to and make sure they're minimal to no cost to you. What would you consider your disposable income for the month?
Like I told you, times are hard right now. After the bills are due, it's little to none after I go to the grocery store. What about these facilities that you keep mentioning?
Well, as a client service and social service operator, we want to make sure that our customers have different resources. Whether if, for instance, I may have a client who is maybe battling a drug problem. We want to make sure that person does get yes, sir, absolutely, and that's good. That's very good, wholesome environment that you all are in. You've heard of Alcoholics Anonymous. You've heard of the food service program, food stamp program, government and housing assistance. Any of those. Well, we want to make sure, like I was speaking of before, that we refer you to who you are comfortable with, minimum to no cost, and that it is an agreement between you and myself where we have an action plan from beginning to end. What I've done today is I've done some research of some programs and facilities that may benefit you. I remember getting your information off of online and just seeing, what may benefit you here and there for both of you and your children. So with you not having the income or disposable income after you paid all your bills, I definitely want to get us on a program, maybe like a 4-week program that kind of puts everything into perspective, where you can have a grasp of the other facilities. Definitely use me as your point of contact. And what I want to start today is with week 1. And I can definitely meet with you. We'll make sure our program does have assistance with transportation to bring you back and forth to your meetings. And we want to make sure that you feel comfortable, because that's how it's going to work. If you feel comfortable and we have an agreement, then we will work well together, okay? How does that sound?
How soon can I expect help?
You can expect help to start reaching out to you within the next week. We definitely want to get that started for you.
And you guys offer transportation?
We do offer transportation for our clients. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what's the name of the facility again?
This facility is the ABC Counseling Service Facility.
Where are we going to send my daughter? Where's my daughter going?
Your daughter, our first week, what we're going to talk about is what we'll finish up with today is definitely knowing where she'll go. Now, that is called our DEF transportation facility that can get her to, it's called Building Educational Minds Through the Summer. So we'll get her there and she will be able to have breakfast and lunch and talk to her peers. Is your other child who just graduated, is he working?
No, he needs a job. Do you guys offer job assistance?
We do offer career building programs. The career building programs, yes, that's great. That's great. That's great. And congratulations to him. That's definitely a milestone in your life that you want to achieve. But whenever you come next week for your program, we will start him with a career building resource as well. It's a class that he'll take, just like 24 to 48 hours. We'll definitely get some job applications submitted for him. We'll definitely get you on track with how do you feel about now receiving financial assistance or food stamp assistance or government assistance of any kind.
Well, I feel much better talking with you.
Perfect. We'll definitely get that process started for you. And like I said, it's a 4-week program. We'll definitely enhance your Medicaid that you have right now. We'll get the children involved. We'll make sure that they continue to have that wholesome environment, okay? So our next meeting, you will come to me, but then the meeting after that, I'm going to come see you. I want to do some observations of you and your family and how things are working, okay?
What you going to do in these observations?
I just want to sit around, get to know you, get to know your neighborhood and your community where you live, and just make sure everything's okay. Alrighty, Mr. Gray?
Okay, just take my number and give me a call.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you today.
You too.
That concludes our initial meeting with my client, Mr. Gray. I wanted to make sure that we had an action plan for my client so that they would know what to look for in the future. I want to make sure that this interaction is successful and that the client has something to look forward to. Hopefully we will be able to, with the cooperation of the client and the agreements of our program, we'll be able to help this client succeed within the next 4 weeks and in the near future. Thank you. Bye-bye.